This video has two purposes. One, to teach you how to do a drill down on data, and also how to complete the drill down worksheet if you choose to use it. I find it very helpful. So when I do these, this is what I use. When you first get your form, make sure that you make a copy of it. Let me get this out of the way so you can see, because you want to keep this blank form. Oh, it's not letting me cross over the midline. Okay. So, oops, sorry. So you want to be able to see your whole thing. Oopsie. Let me expand it out first. There. That'll make it easier. Get all these doohickeys out of the way. Okay, so I'm going to make a copy. I'm going to duplicate. Okay, so duplicate this form. And then you're going to rename it. You can rename it however you want. You can rename it when you're done so that you know what it's for. You can just put today's date. I would put tier 1, maybe drill down, and then today's date, 10/5, so that you can find it. And if you end up making it about students, you can put the student names or however you want to do it. But make a copy first and then do your data. Okay, so first you're going to look on your Swiss dashboard. I'm in a demo account, so this is no particular school's account. And I'm going to look for issues at a school like where I have really high behavior issues. So I'm not going to worry about the time of day just now, or the location, or even the months, because we're at the beginning of the year. I'm going to look down here at problem behaviors. That's usually a really good place to start. So I'm going to click on this to make it larger. Because I'm using a split screen, I have to kind of go back and forth. So I see that for this school, inappropriate language is their problem behavior. So my red flag item is inappropriate language. This is, oh, actually, no, that doesn't go there. It goes here. Doesn't matter, but I'm weird on formatting. Okay, so this is a what. So what is the red flag item? Inappropriate language. Okay, then I'm going to use a drill down filter. So I'm going to go to my drill down. Hold on, let me make this big really quick. Okay, so let's see, show value. If you show values on the graph, that really helps too. So now what I'm going to do is I want to see, where did my drill down go? Oh, here it is. Yep, drill down. Okay, so now I'm going to drill down on that. So problem behaviors, I'm going to come down here, and it was inappropriate language. Here we go, abusive language, inappropriate language. Okay, I'm going to generate. Okay, now what I need to do is choose that inappropriate language. I need to drill it down in some other way. So inappropriate language is being used, and so it looks like going by the location would be a good thing. I can really view it from anything. So let's look at the classroom. So I'm going to go ahead and add to my data set here, classroom. And I need to remember to go back to, so when you double click on it, it pops in over here in the data set, and I'm only looking at this year's data. So I'm going to generate. Okay. And now it's just showing me what's in the classroom, which I already know. So I'm going to have to change that. But first, let me go over here. So the filter that I used first was location. And so that is where, and the location where it's happening the most is the classroom. Okay, now looking at it again, I want to see, let's see, time of day. When is it, or you know what, let's do day of the week. See what day of the week is the worst. Tuesday and Friday. So Tuesday is really big day. Now in our district, that would be a lot because we're only there minimum day, but I'm assuming this district has 5 full days. So on Tuesday, it's pretty bad. So I'm going to come down here to time of day. Oops, here we go. Where is time of day? Oh, date and time. I always forget those are together. Okay, so I'm going to do down here underneath school year. I can collapse this so I can see them all. Okay, here's the time. Or no, day of the week. Sorry. I'm new at this, so there we go. So day of the week. Now I'm going to generate that. So there's Tuesday. Now let's see what time is really bad. Time of day. Okay, let me go back to my form and I'm going to do day of the week. This is when. I can also put time in here too. So I can use use that same slot for both. So for the when, it's the day and the time. So I'm going to expand this back out so we can see it better. And looks like 2 o'clock is pretty bad, 8 o'clock, and 9:15. So you have those 3 times. So those are pretty spread out. So you can look at it by, you can do a time range, but you wouldn't want to do all day because you'll get the exact same data again. So rather than doing time of day right now, let's go back and see if we can narrow it down a little bit more. Let's see. Oh, let's do perceived motivation. Task avoidance. This will be good. Okay. So let's come over here. Let's get rid of day and time. We'll do that later. Motivation. Perceived motivation. And so that would be the Y. The greatest one is task avoidance. Okay, and then so let's put perceived motivation, double click task avoidance, generate that. Okay, now let's look at time of day. Oops. Okay, now we have a better idea of a specific time. So if we look at 8 a.m., so let's do that. Tuesdays at 8 a.m. What am I doing? Here we go. Okay, so now we're going to do when. Our filter is day and time. Said Tuesday at 8 a.m. So now we are going to add time of day at the top. I have to go back to date and time. And we already have Tuesday on here. So now we're going to do time range. And you use this little, the little edit pencil, but you can also just do it here. 8 o'clock a.m. to 8 o'clock a.m. Okay, now we're going to generate. Okay, now we can pick something else to look at it by. So what grade level is this that's doing it? 6th and 7th graders. Okay. So now we want who, and we did it by grade level. Sixth and 7th graders. Okay, so now we want to look at how many referrals for that problem. So I'm going to add to my graph, show values on the graph. There's one of each. So it's not a really big problem. So it's just a student problem. So I go back to my form. And how many students are related to the identified problem? 1. how many or wait a minute, no. How many, that's referrals. So there's 2 referrals, and let's see. Oh, all I do is scroll down. I have 2 students that are doing it. So 2 students. Now I'm going to see let's see, what is the current rate of the problem per week or per month? So, let's see. Let's do a date range. Let's see. Let's see if it, oops, did I just add that in there? I think I did. Okay, wait. Let's see if I can get it down here. Day of the week. Yeah, no, it's not giving me down here. Okay, so we're going to wait on this. Okay, so is the problem best addressed through systems? If there's 10 plus referrals, it's a system problem. If it's less than 10, then it's a student problem. So I'm going to check this off. And then I'm going to come down here and I'm going to write my precise problem statement. Now I can add the students' names in since I know who they are, and it's a student problem. So I'm going to put Carly D and Craig M. So this is my sentence frame down here. Who did what? Use inappropriate language. Okay, next is when. So my when is Tuesday at 8 a.m. And, oh wait, I should put who are 6th and 7th graders. Who are 6th and 7th graders, respectively. Use inappropriate language at Tuesdays at 8 a.m. for task avoidance. Okay, then there's my precise problem statement. Now I can go back to the Tier 1 meeting and I can use that exact problem statement to for us to be able to solve the problem. What are we going to do with Carly D and Craig M? It might just be something simple, like prepping them before they come into the classroom. If that's the beginning of the school day, maybe they're just not ready to work yet. So do a little prep with them outside the door, like have everybody else go in and talk to them. Say, okay, when you go inside, these are my expectations. You know, what are you going to do when you get in there? What happens if you don't do it? Use your 4 questions as a prep. And then, so something like, it can be that simple. You don't have to put them on Seco for a behavior they're doing once a week. This last part is about how to cut and paste your drill down information, your drill down data. So you can click print. Excuse me. You can do just the graph, you can do just the table, or you can do both. I'm going to preview it. Okay, so you'll notice that down here it shows how you did the drill down. It's this school year, the location was classroom, day of the week was Tuesday, perceived motivation was avoid tasks and activities, time range is 8 a.m. to 8 a.m. So what I want to do is I want to catch all of that. So if I do it from the print preview, I'm not going to get all that information. So there you go. It's right here. Now what you can do is use your snipping tool and just grab this whole thing right here. Okay. And so that gives you your, you just put Control V on your TFI meeting minutes, and there's your data. So anyway, so that is how you do a Tier 1 data analyst drill down.